We'll be looking at nervous coordination. Nervous coordination. And talking about nervous coordination, before we can talk about nervous coordination appropriately, we need to know the meaning of coordination in the first place. So, what is the meaning of coordination? In fact, from the English word coordination, to coordinate, it means different parts working together to achieve a common aim, right? Now, when we talk about coordination, we are looking at different parts of the body working together to perform a specific action. Different parts of the body working together to achieve a common goal. That is coordination. Now, talking about coordination, there are two communication systems in the body that work together to achieve that common goal of coordination. And the two communication system in the body that performs that function, number one is what? Hormonal system. And you know, if you don't call it hormonal system, you call it what? Endocrine system, right? So endocrine system. The two communication systems involved in coordination are one, hormonal system, also called endocrine system, and two is what? Nervous system. So these are the two communication systems that are involved in communication in the body. So the topic is nervous coordination, meaning we are going to be looking at the nervous system. But before we go into the nervous system, let's look at similarities between, or differences first, between the nervous system and the hormonal system. You know, hormonal system, we're talking about hormones, right? How hormones control the body. Now, the nervous system, we are going to look at it in details, the divisions of the nervous system. But first, let's look at the differences between nervous system and hormonal system. Recording now. All right, now let's look at the differences between hormonal coordination and nervous coordination. We've seen that the two communication systems we have in the body is what and what? Hormonal and what? And nervous, right? And if you don't want to call it hormonal, you call it what? Endocrine. Good. Now, these are the two communication systems we have in the body. Now, the differences between the hormonal coordination and nervous coordination is core exam questions. Now, number one, transmission of chemical substances in the blood. So, hormonal coordination involves the transmission of chemical substances called what? Hormones, right? So, hormonal coordination involves the transmission of chemical substances in the blood. And the chemical substances transmitted in the blood is called what? Hormones. While nervous coordination involves the transmission of electrical impulses. Electrical impulses. Now, the action of hormone, the response to stimulus is slower under hormonal coordination, while it's very fast under nervous coordination. Take, for example, hormones that are involving, let's say, growth. You know, it's a gradual process, right? Growth is gradual, not at once, not drastic. But nervous coordination is very, very fast. The response to stimulus is very fast, because as you are responding, the message will be sent immediately to your brain, and in milliseconds, interpretation will take place and send back. As we go on, we'll look at motor neurons, sensory neurons, and intermediate neurons. We'll look at that. But note that the response to stimulus under hormonal coordination is very slow, and under nervous coordination is very fast, right? Now, hormones are secreted in the blood and carried to any part of the body. Hormones, as you know, we define hormone as any substance, a chemical messenger, right? Produced in one part of the body and transmitted to the part where they exert their function. And hormones, glands that secrete hormones are ductless. They don't have tube where they pass through. So once they are produced, they can be transported in the blood different parts of the body to different parts of the body where they exert their function. But nervous coordination, the nerve signals, the impulse is transmitted to a particular location. Take note, hormones, they are transmitted to different parts of the body, but the nerve signal, the nerve impulse is transmitted to a particular location in the body. So this one is target, this one is non-target, this one have target organ, this one have non-target organ. Number 4, target is usually far away from the site of production, while under nervous coordination, the target organ may be near or far. One hormone can be produced in the pituitary gland in your brain here. Take for example, what? Gonadotropin. Then gonadotropin will travel from your brain to your gonad, where it exerts its function. The target is usually very far. The target is usually very far in endocrine or hormonal coordination. But in nervous coordination, the target organ may be near or far. Maybe near or far, but under hormonal is usually very far. The 5th one is response may last for a long time. So as you're growing, the growth, as I'm tall like this, is it when I'll come to this class tomorrow I'll become short? No, right? The effect of the hormonal action, my somatotropin growth hormone now, can last for a long time. But nervous coordination, its response is short-lived. In minutes it is gone, it is over. Short-lived. If I slap you now, you feel the pains, right? Will the pain last till tomorrow? No, because it is not hormone that is controlling it, it is nervous system. As I hit you now, the nerves now will not carry the information. Do you know that if I hit you like this, you will not feel the pains immediately? If I hit you, if I flog you, are not feeling the pain immediately, but you are feeling it almost immediately because it is very fast. As I hit it now, nerve cells will take information from here, that signal will take it from here and transmit it to the brain. The brain will now interpret it and send it back, and as it sends it back, you will now feel the pain, but this will happen in milliseconds. That's why you are feeling it almost immediately. Now, that is response is short-lived. Will you feel the pain till tomorrow? Before you know it's gone, you are not feeling it again. So the response, nervous response is short-lived, while hormonal response lasts for a long time. Then hormonal coordination can be found in both plant and animals. So we have plant hormones and animal hormones, right? But nervous coordination is only found in animals. Nervous coordination is only found in animals. Is that understood? Yes. Any questions so far? All right, now let's look at the parts of the nervous system. The nervous system is divided into 2 parts. Please listen up, I'll give you time to that, right? The nervous system is divided into 2 parts. The what and the what? Central nervous system and what? Peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system is given as CNS, and the peripheral nervous system is given as what? Now, the central nervous system is made up of the brain and the what? Spinal cord. Please take notes that the central nervous system consists of the brain and the what? Spinal cord. Now, the peripheral nervous system is the other parts outside the brain and the spinal cord. Your brain is here, your spinal cords. Yeah. Right? Now, outside the brain and the spinal cord, we have the peripheral nervous system. And the peripheral nervous system is divided into somatic nervous system and what? Autonomic nervous system. Divided into somatic and autonomic nervous system. Then autonomic nervous system is further divided into parasympathetic nervous system and what? Sympathetic nervous system. So we are going to take them one after the other and know their functions, know their work. But before then, don't forget that the nervous system is divided into 2. What and what? Central nervous system and what? Peripheral nervous system. I will say the central nervous system is divided into the brain and the spinal cord, whilst peripheral nervous system is divided into somatic and what? Autonomic nervous system. Then autonomic nervous system is divided into what? Parasympathetic and what? Sympathetic nervous system. So basically this is, we are going to take them one after the other in our next class. Please pause. Is that yes?